Talking with Words.
You guys ready? Hey, welcome back to Talking with Words. You're here with Rob,
Cameron,
James,
and Ryan.
and we just watched, where's my fucking phone again? Novocaine, which came out, what, like 2 weeks ago?
Something like
A couple
that.
weeks ago?
Something like that.
It's been out for a minute. Not very long. So there are going to be spoilers.
3 Fridays ago, so it's
Well,
been out for about a month.
And it is a
Almost.
Christmas movie, so
It is.
Yeah.
That's odd timing. It's more of a Christmas movie than some Christmas movies.
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
There are certain aspects
Plenty of references.
without it being a full-blown Christmas movie.
Yes.
they knew what they
Doesn't-
were doing.
Doesn't meet all of Rob's criteria for
It
being
doesn't.
a Christmas movie.
But it's better than most.
It was deliberate.
I've seen some stinkers.
I mean, that was more Christmassy than effing Mixed Nuts.
Oh, Mixed Nuts was the Christmas movie.
Well, there was
Yeah.
no Christmas tree that I recall,
Sorry.
but
There was fruit.
Oh, there was a Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah.
So they smuggled the body out, remember?
no, in that movie there was. In this movie there was not.
At the beginning.
The bank in the
the
very
bank.
beginning.
Is there?
Yes.
I said it. I said, is this
Every
a Christmas
time.
movie?
Okay.
And then an hour and a half later, you said, is this a Christmas movie?
No, I kept saying this is a Christmas movie.
Apparently. Who's got some information on this film? Anybody?
Ryan's
Yeah,
got
I've
it.
got it.
I was going to just cut myself back in a second.
Uh-huh.
You still know where your phone is?
All right.
It's somewhere around
Okay.
here.
Go ahead, Ryan.
What do you want, the description or the parents' guide?
Do the whole
Both.
thing. The whole damn thing.
Okay. This movie is described as when the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man incapable of feeling physical pain turns his rare condition into an unexpected advantage in the fight to rescue her.
Mm.
And
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
this movie is rated R for strong bloody violence, grisly images, and language throughout. Sex and nudity mild, violence and gore severe, profanity severe, alcohol, drugs, and smoking mild, frightening and intense scenes moderate.
Mm.
I'd agree. I agree with all those assessments.
That's accurate.
Mild sex and nudity. I guess the one sex scene
Yeah. It's mild.
was enough to.
Slightly
He
erotic.
Like,
he
can you
undressed
feel
his
this?
chest.
No. Yeah. I think I like this movie. I definitely liked a lot of pieces of it.
That's a perfect way.
I don't recall ever seeing a movie with a character quite like this before. That was novel.
It felt a lot like Kick-Ass, but
Yes.
because it had the aspect of the nerdy guy that didn't really want to fight until he was pushed into the corner like the 16th time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the no feeling pain bit, which was Kick-Ass's entire superpower. Have you seen Kick-Ass, Cameron?
Yes.
Okay. I figured you might have seen that.
Hey.
Yeah, there's one for you.
Me.
So the basis of the film is fairly simple. Boy likes girl gets kidnapped, boy chases down and kills kidnappers to save girl.
Yeah, story old as time.
We've seen it before. It was very fun. I'm not saying it wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. The fight scenes were pretty good throughout the entire film.
They got creative with
Yeah, the pain, like watching you guys watch it, was enjoyable for me because they did a good job of telegraphing what's coming before it happened, but you're still like, oh yeah, okay, he's gonna pull those nails out. Oh yeah, there it is.
You're not making this film if you're not wanting to be creative
Yeah,
with all of those things.
I mean,
Yeah.
the whole thing is that the character cannot feel pain. It's foreign to him. But all of us know what pain is.
we feel it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we felt all of it.
Yeah, every time we're like, oh,
Everything there was to feel, it was just us, not him.
which they, I, they went really far with it, but I also felt like they could have gone farther with
Yes.
his pain threshold. You want to run down some of his injuries through anybody else?
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Well, let's just,
Yeah.
but just to set the stage, we begin the movie where he's afraid to even eat solid foods.
Correct.
Yes.
You know, he has
And he has a piss alarm.
every sharp corner in his environment is blunted with a cushion of some kind or a tennis ball.
Yeah.
And he drinks he lives off of smoothies
Liquid
and
diet.
apparently shakes.
His house is childproof.
And he was only supposed to live till 25,
Yeah.
which he's probably 30 at this point.
I think he said 30 or she said
Yeah.
30.
Well, it's very serious condition not being able to feel pain. I mean, the smallest thing could cut you, get infected, you would feel nothing,
Yep.
and you'd be dead of the infection before it was even treated.
Yep. It's the
It's-
reason why nerves exist.
Indeed. Pain is the protector.
There's also people that don't feel fear, and they don't live very long either, usually, because they'll just walk into traffic and shit like that.
That's all it's stopping me.
It's a little bit of fear.
Pain and fear.
I thought it was, somebody pointed out it was very on the nose to start this movie with Love Hurts
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
as the wake up call for his little montage.
Because
of
everyone's
his
seen
life.
the trailer.
Yeah.
You want to watch this movie, you've already seen the trailer.
You know what?
You know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So they did take enough time in the beginning to establish the relationship.
It's
Because-
beautiful.
Nathan Crane,
Yes.
Yeah.
is that his name? What was the name of the guy in the Headless Horseman?
Is it Caine?
Ichabod Crane?
Ichabod
Think
Crane.
about Crane.
Okay, that was bugging me.
There's
Is
a
it,
little relation.
is it Caine?
It's still the Northeast.
Caine?
Yeah.
What? Oh, Caine.
Ichabod Crane.
Crane. Crane.
He's
Yes.
Caine.
Crane.
He's Caine because it makes sense.
Novocaine.
And limpy limp.
Caine.
Not that way. Anyway, they did a good job of establishing he's this lonely assistant to the regional manager
Yep.
at a bank. He was there for like 4 months. Somebody-
She was.
She had been
He was there for 4 months. So we don't know
He's
how
been
long
there
he was
6
there.
years.
6 years. Okay.
Our love interest
Yeah.
was a teller at said bank.
Yes. And they took the time to have them establish a little thing. What a weird first date too. All the different things that they were like, oh yeah, you want to hear some weird shit about me? Yeah. What's weird shit about you? Okay, let's bang.
After we shoot ghost pepper sauce.
I was
Wait.
about to say
Is that not how it goes?
she got a lot of good points for
Yeah.
taking out his bully, his schoolyard bully.
Yeah, she had a lot of girlfriend points
She played him
in
like
a very
fiddle.
short time.
He didn't even feel it.
She introduced him to solid food, cherry pie,
Orgasms.
Sherry pie.
Sherry pie.
and some sherry pie.
That was definitely a sherry pie.
Um,
And cream pie, I guess. You would
they
say.
We
shared.
don't know that.
No, it's
He
true.
shared the stories about his tattoos,
careful.
which were elaborate and extensive.
And
And-
self done.
And she shared her art and her cutting.
his
Bug
his tattoos that he did on himself. I was just really hoping for just a whole bunch of chest pubes in the middle where where the empty space was. I was like, well, that's just where my chest pubes are.
Not on Jackie.
No, not on Baby Quaid.
Baby Quaid. They also established. I didn't catch it till the second alarm. What the alarm was for on his wristwatch?
Yes.
Every
Yeah.
3 hours, and then when it happened the second, I was like, okay, that's got to be the piss because he's not going to feel if his bladder's full. And
Yep.
He'll just
Yeah.
piss himself.
And they said it on the second time too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
if you didn't get it,
My bladder was-
they made sure you got it before it was over with.
They wanted you to know that was a thing. Which did it ever come up as anything else other than using the watch to have the 10-minute timer?
It was
Yeah.
for comedy at the end because
Yeah.
I should probably
why
guess
why'd the watch why'd your alarm go off? Oh, it's when you were supposed to be here. Well, I guess I probably should go anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Also, was she really the artist on those? Do we think?
She
Well, she got
Think
a
so.
commission check or paid.
It's
or
a good point though, but she's heisty.
Well, they said it was sold, and she's like, "Oh, I sold one," but anyone could stand there and do that, and pretend like it's there.
Yeah, but did she not receive like a piece of paper or commission check or
Could
whatever?
have stole that shit.
I feel like it was authentic because not only was her art and her job real, but her brother's job was real.
Yeah, that's true.
They were all living here in this town.
The town,
San Diego.
a whale's vagina.
Correct.
Scholars say the translation was lost to the ages.
I don't think that's accurate. So they have one date, which went really well, and the next morning, when they get to work, 3 Santas come in and rob the place,
Because fun.
and that's where we get our kickoff of this whole thing.
Well armed Santas.
Yes.
Very well armed Santas. This is also the point where the Taylor voice in my head kicked in, where the 3 robbers come in. They kill the manager because he refuses to give them the bank combination.
And the
Nigel.
Santa beard.
Listen, just
Yeah.
give him the code. It's not your money.
Yeah,
His
what are you doing?
beard fell off. He was getting shot anyways because
He was
now
good.
he knows the face.
Yeah.
It's FDIC insured. Come on.
So Caine, Caine, gives him the code, gets quote unquote beat up a little bit. You can still get knocked out apparently.
Yeah, his brain is still jumbling and jostling.
still
in his
bounces
skull.
around.
Sure.
Yeah. Still subject to blunt force trauma.
Yeah. And they kidnap Sherry, and he goes out there, and there was a heat action sequence where they have the automatic weapons and they mow down all the cops, and they drive off, and Caine gets out there and hops in one of the cop cars and goes after him. And the voice in my head from Taylor is like, you were with her for one night. Are you going to go chase her down? These guys with automatic weapons.
Did you not see him kick his feet in the air
It's
from
a
the
hell of a
office?
night. It's a hell of a night.
But he
She left
did.
him a love note.
He did do the phone call. It's like, somebody gave you a reason to live, yada, 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 the romance angle of it in the car, just to show how sad and alone he was, which we got a pretty good idea of in the beginning.
Yes. Has one friend, gamer friend, who he's never met.
His only friend.
Yes.
Who is, again, the guy in the chair. Apparently that's his thing now.
I love that. I didn't voice that out loud to myself, but yeah, guy in the chair was his role in the very first Spider-Man movie that we know him from,
Yeah.
and he's still in the
Here he
chair.
is, because it's his voice, like, what, 80% of the movie?
Did you recognize the voice
immediately, yeah.
Okay, I didn't until I saw him.
Yeah.
Just because that's what he is in Spider-Man. Like, he's self-proclaimed the guy in the chair in Spider-Man.
I don't know. My brain does not try to decode things in advance.
Well, you're normal.
I can't help it sometimes, but I don't try to, and I wasn't.
You gotta
Didn't
be a sick
engage.
freak.
Didn't engage with it.
That's why some people don't like watching movies with me. Like, oh, okay, this is how it's going to end. Fuck it, turn it off. I don't want to watch it anymore. Like, I'll watch it with you. I just know how it's going to end. Like, I get it. This also starts off the police
Ugh.
chase, or the police looking into the 2 detectives looking
Yeah.
into him, played by Matt Walsh from Veep. And
Love Matt Walsh.
did we figure out she was from Jack Ryan?
Jack Ryan. Yeah. She's like his superior in there or whatever.
Yeah, I recognized her as
She's just not great.
kind of the same role.
Yeah. She's just boring.
Women, huh?
They even try to make her like have some emotion.
Give her that.
And she's not even good at that. She's emotionless.
I don't know. I
James.
I felt the emotion.
This
For
is
her
from
and her
my
daughter?
This is from my daughter.
Her and her partner.
Ugh.
I mean, it could have been a little more overplayed on the partner, but the partner was also doing this comedy sidekick thing. So I don't know what she could have done to enhance that.
It felt like he was just there to deliver one-liners
Yeah.
over the dramatic part of what she was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, he was a weird cast. I feel like he needs more comedy than what he was given.
It's like the
Yeah.
script needed a couple of cops to be in on it, but one was comedy and one was just like a plot point.
Yeah.
And they didn't. I don't think they were given a lot of lines to work with, but
No.
they did. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I feel like those roles were probably blown up a little bit after the fact. It was like, well, we need them at the end
Yeah.
for this and this. What do we do with them the rest of the time? Like, oh, we'll write we'll just take it back in, like in a Hamlet, you drop into the comedy pieces between acts.
I don't know. I part of me says if she'd done much more, it would have been. she would have been overplaying it,
She's
and
not
that would have
good.
been worse.
Yeah.
She's not good.
So you liked it?
It was fine.
You liked her?
It was fine.
It was fun.
I just want to get this out of the way. Why does that have to be a love story?
Why
So-
can't it be a love story?
Like,
Damn it!
Because again, is this a date movie? Like, what date is going to want to go watch the gore of all of
The
this?
best date.
You're dating the wrong woman, Cameron.
Not true.
Doesn't your wife do a makeup?
Yeah, but that's not
She'd
like
find it fascinating.
that's not. We'll get into some of the injuries. It's not that.
Oh, you play this movie for her, and you bring some
No.
cherry pie.
Oh, I don't know. Like, couldn't
Bite
we
your
have the
tongue.
same Novocaine style without a love story?
I mean, you have to have something to revengeance.
Okay. I think all of us wanted him to bite into a cherry pie at some point in the movie and have blood coming out of his mouth.
Absolutely.
Did we
Like,
not
we thought
all
that's how it
expect
was
that to
gonna
happen?
end.
The
Yeah.
last scene should have been biting that and him smiling and blood coming
Yes.
down the corner of his
Even if it
that
was
should have been the last
just
thing.
cherry
Should have
juice
been.
coming down, let us decipher
At
that.
least a
Yeah.
little dribble. Just
That 100%.
one artful dribble.
That should have been the last thing we saw. One little dribble.
And for that, I'm out. Such.
That's all it takes. But it had a lot to offer on that front of bloodletting, because
Sure did.
immediately from here he tracks down the was it Ben?
Yeah,
Yes.
Ben, first brother.
And
Funny story about Ben's last name.
yeah,
How do you pronounce it?
I don't think you know Ben.
but I did like that fight scene was fun
In the diner or the
in
the kitchen?
kitchen.
in the kitchen? Yeah, yeah. That's
Start in the kitchen, because I love one of Nathan's lines was, "Wow, you're strong," because he like picks him up and throws
Throws
him around, because
And-
it's like his first. This is the first action sequence we've got. He's confronting a bad guy, and he has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
He obviously doesn't work out, because working out would have killed him.
He's
I don't know.
Huey.
Yeah, you don't know.
Uh,
Yeah, he's Huey, 100%.
So he's got to fight smarter, not harder, because he doesn't have that ladder.
Yeah,
But it grows. Like, he actually does start to fight smarter as the movie progresses.
But come on, let's get to the fryer.
yeah. Well, I mean, when you have those powers to your advantage, and yeah, he opened that door immediately with the skillet.
And that's in the trailer.
Yes,
The
it is.
gun and the fryer. It was part of the movie trailers.
Oh yeah,
And the pan.
And so we all knew we were going to see that before you walked in.
I vaguely remember the trailer. I watched it and thought it was Crank. That's what I immediately. Which they have epinephrine in this as well.
Yeah.
E something, England. Nobody else has seen Crank except me and Ryan, probably.
I've seen it. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. But yeah, you have the hot skillet. You have. Did he get stabbed with something in that one?
Not in
I
that
don't remember.
scene.
Yeah.
So that was just
Later in the house.
the fryer. He got beat around a little bit.
Yes.
He got thrown around.
Ben disarmed him.
Just
The gun fell in
disarmed.
the fryer, and as Ben was approaching him, he grabbed the gun and was able to kind of fight him with it, and it got up under his chin and blew Ben's head off.
Yeah, the most offensive maneuver he managed before grabbing the gun out of the fryer was throwing flour on his face.
Yes.
That was pretty fun, though.
Hope you're not allergic to gluten.
Yeah.
You're about to kill him. You hope he is allergic to gluten.
It's a
At that point,
slow death.
he probably still had hope that he was not going to kill him.
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It was not first in his mind. He's not a killer. Why would he expect him
Also,
to kill somebody?
Throwing the knife.
That bounced off of his Kevlar.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
body armor. He did get shot in that scene. He got shot in the arm. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Oh yeah,
I was trying to remember how we
he
got
did.
from there to the next spot, because yeah, he gets shot in the arm, he kills him, and that's where
He goes to the old man's store.
the guy that he
He was originally helping in the bank.
smudged some paperwork so he could get by another month.
Just yeah.
He's a good guy.
I'll pause this paperwork till after the holiday.
Which to me felt like the same plot point they used in Incredibles. Pixar movie you may have heard of.
I have seen Incredibles many times.
Indeed.
We have kids. Those two. Oh shit.
Oh,
I thought you might have seen
have
that.
kids?
You get the reference.
Yes.
He was being very nice to the gentleman. who
Well,
was
I even wrote
gonna lose his
down
business and home.
Like-
Incredibles.
first thing to do is establish him as a good guy.
Yeah.
Because they want you to know that before he has to do bad guy things. He's got to be a good guy first, and then he can do bad guy shit.
He's had no opportunity to do good things or bad things, if you ask me. But you know, he could have been anything at the start of this movie.
He was trying, but he did save, or at least postponed, the widower's hardware store,
Yeah.
which worked out pretty good because he went immediately there, and I enjoyed him strategically taking out the bullet from his arm with the box cutter,
needle nose pliers, and super
open
glue.
it, and then get in there, get it out, and just the old man going, "Oh Jesus," watching him. That was fun. And then we got some super glue army action,
Yep.
and
Well, the old
Big
man
time.
sipped
Well,
his whiskey or rum or whatever
Whatever.
was in his.
Well, they'd set up for that scene when he was talking to Sherry in his
Yes.
apartment at the beginning by talking about you've read this medical manual.
Sure.
Well, when you've got my condition, you become an expert in first aid. Boy, didn't he!
they established it immediately. It's like Mr. Glass in Unbreakable,
Yep.
Yeah.
where he's like, "Oh yeah, this is my life. I'm used to it. That shit just breaks."
My old first aid manual. Remember?
Remember? This is also when they introduced the epinephrine because it's in his. He's got his whole like tackle box of medical equipment. I'm guessing he just had that with him.
Yeah.
First aid kit.
Was that his?
A little purse.
I mean, it could have been the guy at the hardware stores.
Yeah.
I love
I mean,
that
it looks
sort of,
old, or he could have pulled it out of the cop car.
Yeah.
it was part of the first aid kit that they had at the hardware store.
Okay.
Okay.
Which might make sense for a commercial first aid kit to have an EpiPen on hand.
I'm gonna start rating some first aid kits.
Well,
Yeah.
But I loved how they turned it into his superpower.
Yeah.
I mean, the medically challenged superpower that's always been waiting in the wings.
It's been there the whole time. It's the Venom from Batman.
Yeah.
It's almost as good as unicorn dust.
Oh,
Ah.
indeed. We'll be talking about that soon.
Yeah. You missed out, Cameron.
I don't think I did.
The old unicorn dust.
No,
You remember.
it's not for me.
College chaplain. But he uses his guy on the phone from here to find the tattoo parlor, which that one was really fun.
Yep.
Because they did a good job of setting up that character, the tattoo artist, their conversation, because we know he has no idea what he's talking about. And the second he messes that conversation up, trying to get information on Ben, we know exactly what's about to happen.
It's also
Yeah.
a good reminder to never post your tattoos on social media.
Oh, indeed. That's how they get you. But that tattoo guy was gigantic because
Yeah.
I think we said Jack Quaid's like 6'3", and they were
He looked like a child next to that guy.
So that guy had to have been 6'8", 6'9".
he was
He looked like Batista to me.
yeah, he looked like a
Bigger.
silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
I wish you could see Batista in that frame. There's no way he compares.
That was a big boy.
They had to play him up though because Batista's a big freaking guy.
But he's just huge, yeah. But that guy was great through the fight. He had his girlfriend. He knocked his own girlfriend out immediately, which I enjoyed.
You're just for domestic battery, I guess.
I just love that she comes in to help him, and
Oh god.
Caine ducks, and the big dude just hits her with his big fucking meat fist, and she goes down.
220-pound difference between
Well,
the two.
remember, in these early encounters, he doesn't understand his own power, and somebody has to accidentally take out opponents because he doesn't
Yeah.
really know how to do it himself yet, and we're not ready for the character to be that strong yet.
Yeah, and this is when he starts to believe,
Yes.
because you have, he gets thrown into the mirror
Yep.
at the end of this fight. But before that, probably my second favorite part was the the tattoo guy smashes a baseball bat, and when he goes to like
Just like
body
to
slam him,
people's elbow or whatever.
yeah, and he just turns that
Old
broken piece up,
WWE
and
move.
I thought it went through his bicep, but it went like up under his lat, and
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
ugh,
Just throwing the people's elbow down
yeah,
on
that wasn't the first time. That wasn't the only time in this movie.
like
Someone's been watching some Raw.
this little wimpy ass dude. Like that's how you're gonna do it. I don't get it.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Maybe that's his thing. Punching
yeah,
his girlfriend and doing the people's elbow.
Well, remember,
Hey, when you're winning that kind of fight, you got to take your shot at your finishing move.
Yeah.
well, Nathan was losing the battle until he came into using superpower with the broken glass.
Yes.
To Ryan's point, when are you gonna get that opportunity again?
Yeah.
Like this dude's
Oh, I'm 100% taking advantage.
yeah,
He went all blood sport,
weighs 5 pounds more than my girlfriend who's laying on the ground already.
but he keeps getting up.
Yeah.
Like that alone, no one in this was like, okay, what the fuck? Like backed away. That would have been after the second or third punch to the face, and the guy keeps getting back up. Like, all right,
Who
what do you
was it?
want?
good.
What do you want again?
There was one person who said, "I got to give it to you. Like you can take a punch."
Yeah, that was the last guy, the
Yeah.
What was
Nicholson.
the last guy? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
And
brother.
he also, what was the brother's name? Not Ben.
Simon.
No,
Uh,
Simon was
Garfunkel.
her brother.
And the two guys who were brothers.
Yeah. Ben and whatever the brother's name
The
was.
driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just heard a lot more Ben.
Yeah, when he's trying to torture him, he finally figures out he's like, this is like, I tortured people in the Green Berets.
This isn't
And
right.
it's not working at all.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Those screams are you laughing?
It was the best fake orgasm allegory I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Andre.
What was it?
Andre. That was
Andre.
the brother's name.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we've ever heard that name in the movie.
It was just probably like, Andre, chill. That was it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't really have a whole lot of lines until
Yeah,
His
they only used his
interrogation.
name twice
Was-
in the whole film.
But was that acting or was that bad acting? Or is this one of those cases where bad acting is the goal?
that was the goal. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was great. I enjoyed the whole scene, and it was really partly because it wasn't acted.
right.
It surely wasn't acted well.
That
but
overacting.
that's exactly what was called for.
Yeah.
So it was perfect.
It fit.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. He's an actor in a chair. The whole thing is fake. No one's really getting tortured, and all he's got to do is just honestly
Don't ruin the magic
Act
chain.
bad.
just read the script. Just read the script, man.
Oh
You're gonna be
no.
golden.
It hurts.
Here's your paycheck.
Ah,
Ouch.
So after the tattoo parlor, when he bashes his knuckles into the glass and mirror, puts said glass and mirror into bigger than Batista guy's face.
Yeah. He messed his eyes up.
Yes.
And he let him live, didn't he?
Yes, because we get the
Yeah.
last name at this
Yeah.
point.
Got the
After he-
address.
Address, yes.
And you
get
covered up
everything.
a swastika.
yeah.
in the
After he
mix.
scribbled out the Nazi ink.
Yeah, that's a plus. The guy had a big swastika on his neck, and to torture him, he used his tattoo gun to scratch through it. Good use of a tattoo gun.
Yeah, he got the name from him, and then he posed as himself at the bank. Called one of
That's
the
right.
lending companies. It was like, hey, just
While-
trying to do a last minute.
While straddling the big guy that
Yeah.
Makes no attempt to get away.
he was like, I'm beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
So we move from a fun scene to a fun scene because immediately he's
Yeah.
going to the address to track down something about Ben.
Yes, which they've already established earlier on that Ben booby trapped the shit out of his house because they were leaving town.
They were leaving town.
Big
So-
Home Alone
and-
fan.
And then
Anybody
they
that found the
go-
place, they wanted he wanted to booby trap it to catch him.
They
Yeah.
double tap on that because the first thing that I want to say Huey,
Stop it.
Caine,
Caine.
Mr. Caine picks up. What was it called, Ryan?
Huh?
The magazine that he picked up,
Oh, Survive and Thrive.
Survive and Thrive.
Are we sure that wasn't a porn?
As soon as he enters the door and
Well, there were small children on the cover, so
very
hopefully not.
loudly, mind you, he enters this house.
He was not sneaky at all.
No.
But that
Walk-
first trap was a doozy. That was a winner.
This
Who was he sneaking from? He already knew the homeowner was dead.
yeah.
He killed him.
But he still opened the door. He was like,
This scene I wanted to last much longer than it did.
yeah. Do you just want him to keep hitting traps?
It's just like the creativeness that can go along with how we're gonna stick a guy who doesn't feel pain.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And they hit on a lot of them. I mean, even from the coffee in the very beginning, we get the burn on the hand, which, hey, foreshadowing, that hand's going away because of burning. I don't think he had anything to his legs, but that was the one that
arrow?
I was like, ooh. Well,
Arrow.
before
Before,
foreshadowing. Because the traps, the first one was the spike ball, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Right in the back.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Uh,
Because the viewers didn't see or hear anything.
he just went
He just
We just saw the line right get
the tripwire.
triggered. Yeah. And then that's it.
And Caine going, oh.
And why?
really?
Him trying to get out of his back was good. Couldn't
Yeah.
reach it. Had to get the chain and
Yes.
I thought first time we watched it, I thought he was going to take off running and hope it popped out.
It's not a bad way to do it.
yeah.
He was 100% in character when he delivered the. But why? Why would anybody do this?
That was the truest statement in this whole movie. Because it was massive.
Yeah.
We had the ball, and then was it the arrow next?
Yeah, the arrow from the crossbow in the kitchen.
I wish we could go back and see if we could spot the Morning Star before it thunked
I
into
don't
him.
think
Was it
I don't think you can.
because how could you walk into a
Came from
room?
the ceiling though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been hidden. It had to been.
He had trap doors and
It
shit
had
up
to
there
been
though.
somewhere right there in the ceiling.
Yeah, you'd think, right?
You'd think.
That's right. You know
But
what?
then second was
Roll
what
it back.
what was the second booby trap?
The arrow.
The arrow.
We
in
think
the
it's the
kitchen.
arrow.
Crossbow under the sink,
Crossbow under the sink.
which went through his right thigh
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the side, all the way through.
All the way through.
Ugh.
And you got to cut the arrowhead off before you pull the shaft back through.
Yeah, but
If
then
you're gonna
it,
take
but,
it out.
but then it can't be useful in the future.
But he just
Yeah.
tugged on it.
Yeah.
I mean, we all
Those,
tugged
those
on
are
it a
pretty
little.
strong. You got to use some bolt cutters or something. Those arrows they're not just going to snap. I don't think. I never really tried that hard with mine.
Yeah, don't want to.
Well, he had
Yeah,
to
they're
leave it
expensive.
behind
Yeah.
because later on he'd go looking for his old right thigh arrow.
We're going to keep this going.
What was after the arrow?
The
Now he starts
sneer.
to smarten up. Like, I already know this is booby trapped. I'm gonna push chairs through the hall.
He loaded the chair up with weight.
Yeah.
Which I still don't understand how he got trapped because he had the chair. How that didn't trigger the
It was something on the floor under the,
The
clothes
snare.
there.
yeah.
Because that was because
Yes,
he walked over to
It stopped at
the
the, end
chair,
of
the
the
bed, or
hall,
whatever.
and then he went into.
Oh,
whatever-
and
He
then he
went
was
into
like,
the room.
okay, well, that's 6 feet's clear.
yes.
Into the room I go.
Yes.
And he
Yeah.
got the
coming back up. got
address or
snared.
the company,
Clarkson Sons.
the
Clarkson
mechanic.
Sons. Yeah.
And then when he turned around, he got snared.
Yeah. Set the snare off.
Which
And that's when Andre,
Of
of course, he did. He was
It was not a Jason Momoa
He,
Harley riding badass with
When-
the top knot.
and when he's hanging upside down, he can only. The only thing he has is his phone to access.
Yeah.
And he almost drops it.
yeah,
and he calls it out. Phew.
Lucky.
Big fuse.
Double feud.
Yeah, big fuse.
he said pew
Yeah.
out loud.
big fuse.
Which that was another scene I was waiting. I waited the whole movie for that damn hand, the skin to slough off from something.
You never
Yeah.
got it.
Never got
Didn't
it.
happen.
It's just
He dropped the
crispy.
phone and grabbed it. I was like, oh.
It's crispy.
Crispy.
And then they put the handcuffs. I was like, this is it. This is gonna be what? Why?
He did extra work on that one.
He went
Just
way beyond.
he's an
Anyway,
overachiever.
the snare clearly. He calls his buddy
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa, who's doesn't look exactly like Jason Momoa. Pretty close.
His name Ruben?
Checking.
Close?
Checking.
It starts with an R.
Processing.
Ramrod?
Say car ramrod.
That's it.
Roscoe.
Damn it.
Roscoe. So
Ah.
close.
Of course it was.
Kill me in names.
Yep.
Roscoe.
Say it a few more times. You'll memorize it. And that part felt like Ready Player One because they were online gaming buddies that had never met in real life because they were both shut-ins and they lied about themselves. He showed up.
You're right. And I've seen that movie a million times. And but I didn't put that together.
And they keep his identity a little bit secret when he shows up in the biker.
Yeah, he
gear
has the
with
biker helmet.
Yeah.
Definitely not a 6'6"
No.
and a Momoa build
Yeah.
with a hair
Light.
With
a
a top
bun.
knot.
With a top knot bun, yeah.
He goes, it's a small ponytail. Whatever he says like at the beginning.
He's completely bald when he shows up.
Yeah.
Does not have a Harley. It's a
Vespa, old
Vespa.
Vespa, maybe.
Yeah, a little scooter.
Vespa's, yeah.
Scooter.
nowhere near late model Vespa.
But before he gets there, he says it'll be 15 minutes
Yeah.
for my Uber, or no, my Harley. It'll take me 15 minutes to drive there. And during that 15 minutes, Andre comes home and he used to torture people apparently overseas
Yeah.
when he was in the military.
What a coincidence.
So we got, if you're going to do a movie with people that can't feel pain,
You have to.
you're going to have to do a torture
You
scene.
have to.
And it was so much fun watching him do that again.
I thought we were gonna get teeth.
Mm.
That's next, right? After nails, maybe. Is teeth next?
As much as I was entertained by the whole torture sequence, it suddenly became unfunny the minute he brought the blade
Yeah, you
near his
stopped quick.
eyeballs, and it's like no, still.
You went from laughing at Ryan to, oh shit,
Well,
real
eh,
fast.
belly buttons and eyeballs. I mean, there you go.
Balls and holes.
So after he pulls the
Checks out.
first little piggy, the pinky,
Yeah.
and then moves to the next little piggy, and Quaid goes, "Oh, that one hurt the worst." I laughed so hard at that. But even the camera angle on that one was
I really liked that one.
level
Yeah.
with it,
Oh.
and just like right there with it, and you saw a little bit of flesh
Yeah, you saw it actually
sticking up a
come-
little bit. Yeah,
remove itself from.
Come on,
the-
Ryan.
that was the fun one.
Remember that?
Yes.
The
How
first
did-
one, you're like, "Oh, little piggy."
How
The
did that
second one,
feel?
Ow, that one hurt the
Not great.
worst.
Yeah.
Just that line
That
I mean,
was-
and how he delivered was so.
You know how perfect that scene was for me because I only learned about Ryan's nail issue like a month.
yeah, pretty
earlier.
recently.
I'm all of a sudden sitting next to Ryan as we watch explicit nails drug out of somebody's hand, not just once but twice.
Oh.
Yes.
Have you ever had a fingernail torn out?
No,
It hurts
No,
so bad.
I bet it does.
it's not my
That-
favorite.
So you've had it happen.
I've snapped my thumbnail at the halfway point.
No, have you ever had it torn out?
No, I mean it tore off.
It
I've had
hurts so bad.
I've had a vicious.
I had a thumbnail torn
hangnail.
off when I was in 8th grade.
I'm
and
good.
If that never happens again, I'll be happy.
Time will tell.
Hey, hangnails really sting, and I can relate to that.
Oh, I got a botched toe.
Ah, it burns.
But then he goes for the eye, and that's when he. Hold on, no! I need that part.
Yeah.
Like that part. That's not gonna grow back. Yeah,
It
that's
may
not
not
gonna heal.
hurt, but
Still not gonna see.
yeah,
And he wouldn't take them both.
he wanted to keep them in a jar on his desk.
Yeah, I get it. I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, I mean, he did, albeit unintentionally, kill his brother.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I think the storm's coming in. Is that wind? Rain?
Probably.
Yeah,
Damn, let's wrap this up.
Got places to be. What?
I'm just going through trivia now that I have my phone.
Okay. Where was your phone before?
Well, I've been doing the whole freaking thing on my phone.
Oh,
Oh, now you have your phone. This episode.
I'm grown up.
Look at you.
The entire film was shot in South Africa,
what?
which says,
What?
but I mean, besides like the drone shots and overhead of the Padres Stadium,
Yeah.
everything like that, but it explains the older generic non-Ford vehicles that we kept seeing. Like, why is
Yeah,
it
you
so
did mention
old?
that a couple times. Yeah, that makes sense.
South Africa. Sorry, I just
That
it
makes
was-
sense.
It was bothering me.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, this movie was released on Pie Day,
Huh.
Cherry Pie Day to be
Sherry Pie Day.
accurate.
Forevermore.
Like
All
all
right.
Christmas movies.
That's it. Instead of taking the eye, that's when Roscoe
Yeah.
Roscoe.
shows up and clubs Andre.
Yes.
That's how did Andre go at the end? Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
The best death in the movie.
We did have one more booby trap though during that.
Like two more,
scene. Yeah.
because Roscoe hits him and they're trying to leave, and he hits one, and he got his motorcycle helmet on.
It's because he was using the bear mace.
Yeah, he's spraying the bear mace. A sledgehammer hits him in the side of the head. That's Home Alone shit
Yeah.
right there. And then when they're Caine and Andre are fighting, he hits something else because the ceiling opens and drops like bricks or something on him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
On Andre's back.
Yeah. Weights.
Was it weights? Yeah. Which gets them onto the floor in the Colonel Angus position, and you get a little thigh arrow in the neck. And then why not just he gets him in a leg lock around the head.
Yeah, and then
And then
just
pushes the arrow through his leg, through his neck, and through his other leg. So he's just pinned there with this guy, fellatio standard. I loved it because that's when Ross comes in. He's like, oh, like, yeah, I need some help.
Yeah, what a crazy way, even for Mr. Caine, to have this guy just staring right at him.
And you can't do anything.
Nope, can't move.
You're not gonna you're not gonna be able to pull that up from that angle.
What does Roscoe say? Like, man, what a shitty way to go, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just,
Oh, and then the camera changed, and it's just the guy's head in his lap. Yeah.
so my question is, did the creativeness with the kill come after it was already defined that he was going to get shot in the lower thigh with the arrow, or did they reverse engineer it into the I want this kill, how do we make it happen?
It's a good question.
You think logically it would start with the arrow in the leg,
I think
Yeah.
they would say, okay, let's do this. What else can we do?
but some sick freak like you maybe could be the inverse of like,
Oh yeah.
I have this image in my head. How to bring it to life.
I've written a scene where I was like, okay, this is going to end with a blood fountain. How do I make a blood fountain?
Exactly.
And then I did.
That's a yeah. This is your blood fountain.
Yeah. This is my blood fountain.
It was fun.
Copyright.
Booby Trap House. We need more of it.
Somebody likes Home Alone, or someone's a big Home Alone fan.
I like adult Home Alone stuff,
Clearly.
not kid Home Alone
Isn't that
stuff.
the basis of Saw?
Yeah, it kind of is.
And
I enjoy Saw.
Of course.
Violent
you
Night,
do.
which was the other one that was Home Alone like?
Violent Night.
Violent
Yeah.
Night.
Violent
Had a
Night.
lot of
Direct
that.
homage to
Yeah.
Home
Of
Alone.
course, what's
That
his
is
name
adult.
did it for Nobody. as
Oh,
well
I
in the
forgot
warehouse.
about the end of that. Yeah, which Nobody 2 is coming out soon.
Yes, it
It's
is.
been greenlit and everything else.
April of 26.
Sure. I just saw the little
Yeah, the
teaser.
bracelet.
Yeah.
Buddy,
Yeah, you get it.
nobody over here is interested.
You will be.
Okay,
It's this movie just with Bob Odenkirk.
Oh,
you're
I'd
just saying
watch that.
names.
And Christopher Lloyd.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm in.
See? Marty. But this also gives them a chance to bring the cops back in.
Ugh.
Taylor?
Because they're tracking the cell phone again,
Yeah.
making the call to Roscoe Bosco.
And it's another one of those where she's being serious and he's talking about sports.
Because it's his last day on the
That's-
job.
He's retiring.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to make it.
Yeah.
As soon as he said it, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But that gives Roscoe a chance to they switch clothes and he takes off in the scooter so that the cops follow him.
Instead of just shooting him down, which
What a
is
good
more
friend, by the
likely.
way. Yeah,
That is-
exactly. Like he easily could have gotten shot.
Yeah.
What cops would not have shot at him?
What kind of
He's
dumbass
fleeing the
friend is
scene.
signing up for that? Hey, why don't you go and draw them out?
As far as they know, he's an attempted murderer.
Yes.
Or the main murder suspect, assumed armed and dangerous, and they just let him ride off on a scooter.
They thought he was a white guy that worked at a bank. They don't shoot white guys that work at banks.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Too big of a gut, though.
That's completely unbelievable. Did you see the size of that gut? That's not our banker.
I thought our guy was 6'3". Yeah, let's follow him. He looks right. But when they changed clothes, did anyone? I know you didn't play the game, but they remember the Max Payne movie?
Yes.
It was based off of a game. He looked like Max Payne from the game. Caine did, with the jacket and the pistol and everything. Movie garbage. Don't bother with it. But
Oh, it's a trash movie.
he would have been.
Max Payne.
He'd be a great Max Payne after watching.
Wasn't that Mark Wahlberg?
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
trash movie, though.
We should just make him do it now because he looked perfect for it.
That's
Other
fair.
than being a little
I'd completely forgotten about that film.
It's terrible.
the games are amazing.
Yeah.
I played the game before.
Don't play games.
I can't tell if you're fucking with me or not.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I mean, that was like PlayStation
PlayStation.
2,
I mean,
one or two, yeah. Back in my day, we had discs on our systems.
I've got nothing to say to you. Phil.
DOS prompt. Max Payne.
yeah, we're getting to the
He's-
automotive.
Yeah, he's going to the garage.
Yeah, now he knows where he's going. And I mean, we have a sibling.
Sorry.
Sibling fight.
At some point, we already established that Sherry is in on it, by the way. Spoilers.
Yes. They didn't wait too long either to hold that out
She calls out Simon, like, what the hell, or something like that, you know?
because he's fucking with her.
And then,
The fact that she was not tied up
yes.
while they're hanging out, I was like,
All right, fast
Yeah.
forward. Sorry.
Alan kind of ruined that part for me because when we were watching the first
Damn it,
time,
Alan.
Alan was like, "She's in on it."
Damn it, Alan.
total Taylor move.
Yeah.
And you had, which she said earlier on, I'm just kind of putting this together right this moment, in the bar, that she was a foster kid, that
Yes.
her family was abusive.
Yep.
Yeah.
She never lied to him.
Nope.
No,
And then later she said, everything I told you was true. So,
she was just talking about Simon.
right.
Which is also points to the fact that he's willing and able to shoot her, and she's willing and able to shoot.
Because they're not blood.
They're not,
They're just,
they're not real siblings.
Yep.
you could shoot a sibling. It's hard.
They made it pretty easy.
They did.
Yeah.
And Simon, like, sometimes I really liked him being the bad guy, like the kind of crazy child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I was like, okay, pull it back.
Yes. I'd agree with that.
It was, he would just ramp it up too much, and then he needed to come back down. Okay, come back down a little bit. All right. Yep. But I did like, for the most part, I thought everybody did a pretty good job in this, other than your favorite.
Thank you. She's terrible.
I
James, she's terrible.
didn't have a lot to work. Either of those guys had a lot
Yeah.
to work with. So
We're at the garage.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, got it. And again, he doesn't shoot the guy.
No, and easily could have.
Should have.
Yeah, Mr. Caine walks in, can easily shoot him.
But he doesn't because he thinks that they're still holding Sherry
Yes.
until the
That's even better reason to shoot him right away. He's the last abductor
Last
left.
one. he just really didn't want to kill people.
But he's now kind of killed too.
He's already killed two at this point. Why was he waiting?
Love waits
Sure.
for 18, 20 months.
Indeed.
But yeah, so of course he gets the shit kicked out of him again.
Uh-huh.
We're not done.
No.
We must abuse the painless freak.
Let's squish his head with a.
I thought that was
Car
the
tire.
weirdest one.
They just needed to stop him for a minute so they could have somebody else do
Some
something.
character
It's just-
development.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, at this point,
the all is
he's-
lost moment.
At this point, from his perspective, she's a total betrayal. And it wasn't until that point where he's incapacitated where she can actually stick up for him
Yes.
in a way that he will believe.
This is the
and
point where
come to trust her again.
he finds out that she is not who she says she is. Or
Yeah,
What he thought she was.
she's hiding some truth, but she never lied to him.
I mean, she says while he's pinned under that tire and unable to leave, it's like, no, I'm staying here with him. You go.
Yeah.
And that was, she, again, her character was completely trustworthy other than conspiring to rob a bank, which who hasn't thought about that?
You know, you get pressured by your family. Rob a bank.
Indeed.
You rob a bank.
We all saw Animal Kingdom.
That
Just once.
Yes,
Also-
yes, we did.
you also needed that turn of her saving him or her proving to him her worth. Because otherwise, this is a really depressing movie. It's like, you know what? Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. I think he's pinned. We don't have to kill him. We can leave. Doesn't have the same feel to it, does it? But this is our Roscoe moment where the cops got him and he finally gave them the address so they could rescue Caine. So they shoot Simon in the side, which
Abdomen or something.
there were
Yeah.
two of those in here, and both of those I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah, he's just laying on the ground. He's
Oh.
been shot, but they don't make sure. They don't
Yeah.
handcuff him.
He's down.
Double tap.
I don't
No
know.
double
Gun
tap.
away.
I mean,
Something.
are cops into double tapping?
Yeah, I don't think that's in the book.
I don't think it is either.
I agree, but there was just
He was
I
still
mean,
secure the guy.
Yeah.
zip time, something,
Kick
make
the gun
sure
away
they're
from him.
dead.
Also,
I'm not
when,
disagreeing with you.
when they went to pull that car off, I was like, oh, make sure you hit the up button.
Yeah, that was funny.
That eyeball's gonna pop right out. That's
always-
pretty
There was
close.
an up and a down button. I didn't see them being marked.
It's always the alternate versions of movies that exist.
I mean,
That's in the alternate version.
Think about it. The control probably had an arrow up and an arrow down. But
Depends on which way you're holding it.
All right, I'm just gonna guess here, buddy. Stay still.
tell me if this gets better or worse.
A or B? Unicorn style. But again, you have your Die Hard, the guy's hanging there by his neck, and he comes back. Simon jumps up and shoots Matt Walsh's character.
On his last day before retirement.
Is he dead?
No.
Pretty sure.
Probably.
He shot him through like the neck.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then got his partner in the side.
Yep.
That was the one because she tried to run with that. I was like, I'm hurting right now, and it hurt
you got
to watch.
You had a connection to that injury.
Yeah, when she was trying to run out of the warehouse and she was running, I was like, fuck that. That's not happening.
Am I the only one who didn't get hurt by this film? And you went for the knees? You don't go to the knees for a basketball player.
You tall son of a bitch, I gotta go for the knees.
Total Tanya Harden.
Harden Tanya.
Yeah, I'm hardened.
Hell yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. We'll be right back, folks.
Now with the podcast.
But again, you have Simon go into the ambulance that Caine is now in the back of, handcuffed.
After he shot the ambulance driver.
Yeah, these poor.
Get him out of the ambulance first. You can still shoot him, but now you're in broken glass. You can't see out the windshield. There's blood everywhere, and you got to move a body. He's making more work for himself. This is not a smart.
Smarter, not harder.
Yeah. It takes the ambulance that has Caine in the back,
His nemesis.
handcuffed. It's perfect slothing opportunity. Handcuffed to the thing.
Wrong hand.
It
was
was
his good hand.
it was the good hand. Again,
They were treating the burn hand.
I like where they went with it, but I still wanted that hand. I wanted that skin to come off.
Ugh.
I was ready for that glove.
He went overboard
Stop
with the
saying
thumb. Could have dislocated it the other direction.
No gloving.
Not been in half.
No gloving.
Degloving, sorry.
Same difference.
We all knew what was happening.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have one hand handcuffed, and you're like,
Yeah. I wonder how he's going to get out of this one with his
Michael Keaton it.
can't feel. Yeah. What was that?
Mercury Rising. Yeah.
No, Mercury Rising was Bruce Willis. It's
Yeah, but Michael Keaton was the bad guy.
Alec Baldwin was the bad guy. Mercury Rising, wasn't he?
No.
Eric Baldwin.
Skip past it.
You're thinking
Either-
Deep Rising.
Oh no, neither of them in that one.
Yeah.
Girl Sherry sees this happen.
You're right there.
I'm just trying. I mean, like, again, they did it
Mm.
that way because it's the worst way.
Well, yeah,
And
It's
you
the
need-
wrong way.
and you need to experience.
they want
the
you to
way.
watch that.
Yeah, not just. I mean, get
It
this
wasn't
way.
just taking the thumb out of position. It was also putting it back in.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder if you could get a hitch a ride. I mean, that breaking the thumb backwards
Eesh.
is a lot.
You're already doing more than I can do.
No.
Mine doesn't go further than 90
The
degrees.
sucker's just straight erect right here.
This one does. A little bit. His went all the way back. And we have a little ambulance fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the defibrillator to the chest.
Well, think about it. I mean, the guy up front had a gun, but he had all the medical equipment in the back.
Which, again, he shocked himself with it. Could he not just put it through the.
I don't. There's probably some physics answer here with electricity. He grounded it on himself and then put the other paddle on that guy.
He put it on himself and then grabbed the guy,
but he had the knife. But he had the.
right?
He had the.
I don't know
other
how that
pad in
worked.
his
I really
hand.
don't.
I'm not sure on that one.
He was.
Because I was waiting for him to just hit him and the thing to crash, but he shocked himself to shock.
Well, he couldn't get both hands through, both paddles on the guy. You gotta have a good connection to the skin.
Gave him the shocker instead.
Yep.
That makes sense. Which, of course, causes the ambulance to crash, which I liked that setting for that interior fight, this ambulance on its side.
Desperate measures.
I was.
Desperate measures.
Oh,
That's
Alec
only
Baldwin was
Mercury Rising.
Mercury Rising. You're right.
Alec Baldwin?
That's right. Alec Baldwin.
Listen, if you're gonna give
Probably
me
like-
a slow mo ambulance crash where our protagonist is going, "Oh no," in it, you better give me some sort of medical device, impalement or something.
You want a little more there?
Why have it? Oh no! It was just stupid. I'm like, he's gonna have something up his ass or something, like walking out of this.
There were like 3 of those in this that I
Nothing.
was waiting for something to happen. When he did the double punch to the tattoo guy,
Yeah.
he jumped and it was one of those. I was like, he's going to get.
I thought he was
hit
gonna
from the
get
side.
uppercutted.
Nope,
We-
it's just a normal punch after that.
We went from him carefully shaving his neck at the beginning of the movie to Tim taking his scalpel and
At his
putting it
jugular.
all the way next to his jugular and removing what was it, a rope or a finger or something?
Stethoscope.
Oh, yeah, stethoscope around his neck.
around
yes.
his neck
You could have given me something
without cutting
normal.
himself. He did all that just with
Well, he sliced
with
himself,
a sure
but-
stroke.
Didn't cut his throat, which you see him. I mean, they did a good job of him like, and then it just popped off. And because he had stitches at the end there, but it was just like a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, little baby one.
Better than a severed jugular.
Yeah.
Give me something. You know what I'm saying?
The
Didn't he
arm
stab out
break
much with a
wasn't enough?
scalpel?
It's a slow mo ambulance crash.
What would have made that better for you?
Scalpel to the eye.
I'm just picturing
Slow motion.
Or to the belly
I'm just
button.
picturing an RV crash in
better.
Anchorman 2 right now.
It's got to be something. I'm sorry. Or just don't do the slow
Just
mo
a cat.
inside.
Coming through.
Like do fat like real motion crash.
It
Done.
felt like finishing moves in a video game.
Yeah.
Like every time there was one of those, something they slow mode it and they did that big.
That's a trivia, but we'll get to it in a second.
Oh shit! There you go.
You walk out of the ambulance because,
Yeah.
like James said, if you survive, he survived. Here we are.
Even though he did get the shit shocked out of him, he stood right back up.
And he was shot in the side as well. Like,
Now that'd be fun. Like shit in his pants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every step he takes, little dribble.
That's not cinematic.
Oh, it could be.
That's real life.
It's not. It's not smell-o-vision.
Rorschach. What do you see in the shit puddles? But yeah, that's also when you get the one thing I was waiting for the whole movie, other than the hand thing, was them snapping his bone. I figured they'd break one of his legs so he couldn't get after him.
Yep.
But they have to wait till the end, otherwise
Yeah, he's just laying.
Yeah.
you're
He's just
leprechaun
laying on
in the
the
wheelchair the whole
Yeah.
time.
Thus, you can always break an arm.
Yep. And as soon as they broke it, it's like, I got a feeling I know where that's going. Because it was
They broke it.
They broke it.
Compound
Compound-
fracture.
just 6 inches of forearm bone sticking out in the arm. That was a good shot. That
Yeah.
prosthetic they had with it just
Just
looked like
dangling
meat
around.
coming off the bone, like eating
Yeah.
ribs.
Compound fractures are built different.
Oh, that was good.
Those are built different.
But we get our second Popeye moment.
And it's because olive oil's in trouble.
Yep.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
She gets
She
there
did shoot
to.
him a couple times.
She shot him. Yeah, she got him at least once.
Don't-
after the cop said, "Don't miss." Shoots one and then just 6 more shots in the back of the ambulance before he smashes her into a pile of bricks. But she does get his knee. She bricked
Yeah.
him. Did you
She
feel
got
that
him a
one?
couple times.
And then we get the arm bone
Yeah.
Yes.
through the
arm bone not
through the-
connected to the arm bone.
So the arm bone, which you called out like immediately, like, well, that's gonna be used for a kill. Nathan using his broken arm bone to finish off Simon was a reference to one of Havoc's fatalities in Mortal Kombat.
Havoc?
Yep.
Havoc. There you go.
Yep.
Havoc.
So there
you go.
full circle.
I was kind of thinking Assassin's Creed in a weird way, but
The little.
yeah.
I've got one over there. Just got one.
Oh, is that what that is?
Let's bust that
Yeah.
out.
It's pretty cool.
Let's have some fun with it.
So that makes sense.
Yes. But then,
Fatality.
then he pretty much collapses after that point.
Which got me one of my bigger laughs. Was not intentionally funny. Collapses, and she's down there. Oh my god, and I love you. And my first thought is, she's like, oh shit, we shouldn't have come back for this guy. This is going a little fast.
It's a stage 1 clinger.
Flash forward a year, right?
1 year. Yeah.
It was a year. I wasn't keeping track.
Yeah.
I just remember.
Well,
You only had
I can't
8
believe
months
it's been
left.
a year
Yeah,
since our first date.
We
it was
flashed-
1 year from the hospital.
We flash forwarded like
that's
weeks
our
to the hospital.
Yes, because it was
Yeah.
around.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yes, mid-January.
No, it's January 11th.
So
You've been in a coma.
Yep.
Which finally
Yeah.
put him down. Let him get him down.
Well, somebody said something like, I think it was James said, you can't lose that much blood and still be functioning. And the first thing he said in the hospital, well, for starters, you lost a shit ton of blood.
Well, the back of the
Several
ambulance,
Yeah.
that shot of him waking up was a good shot. It's like he looks like shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I love how
yellow.
they joked with it. The hand. It's the hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
The crusty hand. Yeah. I mean, why'd they have to dress it up in all sexy
All
like in
sexy.
fishnets?
It's gross. It's a skin
Those are
graft.
skin grafts.
They had to deglove me.
Roscoe, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I just go ahead and get a glove from now on.
Yeah, those aren't. Yeah, they had to cut all of my skin, like all the pieces that were charred off on my hand and arm when I got my sleeping bag, and it's not the most fun thing in the world.
No.
I always hated the smell of the burn.
Never would have
unit.
guessed it would be.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
worst.
I didn't have a real thought on it until I was in it. I was young. I was 15, I think, when that happened. It was all still new. Doesn't stop me from playing with fire, though.
But Nathan's in a full cast, body cast.
Yeah,
As he should be.
Yeah. From neck to
anus.
almost toe.
Yeah, both legs,
Yep.
the arm, the chest.
It's a whole body cast.
I mean, that's putting Humpty Dumpty back together for sure.
Apparently, it worked out.
Yeah.
And
Just
you
got
have
one hole in the back for
Huh? Excuse me.
number 2 and run that catheter line.
that's a catheter for sure.
Oh yeah.
And then you have
At least he doesn't need a timer anymore.
It's true.
Well, at
He's
least
off
not for
that-
that month.
he's off that for a little bit. Self-lubricating catheters.
What do you think that recovery is like? I mean, it's probably a
There you go. Product sponsor.
full
Doesn't
year.
bother him.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. But that could make it worse. You're not recovering if you're
True.
not.
Well, he
feeling
was
the pain.
pretty on his game. I bet if they're like, "This is what you need to do,"
Yeah.
he followed it to the letter.
Yeah.
So he probably recovered faster than anyone in the world because, hey, we need you to walk around and stretch this stuff out. He could walk around and stretch it out without
Crazy thing is, this guy still got charged.
kinda
6 months
Well,
house
he
arrest,
did steal a
5
cop
years
car.
probation.
That's a fact.
and killed 3 people.
Yes. Who deserved to be
I don't know.
offed.
Felt like
And
they were
first
coming,
guy-
felt like they were coming right for him.
Sure.
He drove to their location.
The first guy was unintentional. He wasn't trying to kill him.
Yeah.
He was trying to rescue
So
kidnapping
that's a manslaughter,
victim.
not murder.
Yeah.
Correct.
There are mitigating
and that was the
circumstances.
charge.
He
was
also
manslaughter.
kind of robbed a bank.
He robbed the robbers.
Sure.
So 2 wrongs make a right.
Is that what?
He did appropriate some of the funds for his friend
Yep.
who
Yeah.
needed to launder it.
Yeah.
By the
Oh,
way.
oh, by the way,
Oh yeah, you might want to launder that.
Again, yeah, he was giving the money, and I was like, "Oh shit, you need to hide that." And he left, and he came back. And, oh yeah. You might want to launder that money. I was like, good note. That's a friend. He's looking out.
Better look that up in the dictionary.
Go to the casino, put it all in, get chips,
cash out the.
and then go to a
chips.
different window, cash out, go home. You're done.
All those listening out there.
Maybe hire a bum to do that for you.
It's not complicated,
Our,
guys.
our closest is Grove, Oklahoma. I'll see you there.
Be at the downstream window. Codename Firefly. He also gets the card from the.
Oh,
The
I
cops
just want
caught
to
her.
keep hearing Cameron go. Ugh. Every scene I can bring her involved.
just give me any other cop, any other female cop. I don't even care. Any historical female cop would have done better than her.
Challenge accepted. I'm going to send you a list tomorrow. Rosie
What
O'Donnell's going to be on there.
What about Trudy from Reno 911?
Oh, she would have crushed that.
My daughter. Yeah, from there we just flash forward a year.
A year.
So if that's a year and she's got 8 months left, she got
She only
20
got-
months
Yeah.
for robbing a bank.
19, 20 months, something like that.
Great shades of Vicky Valancourt.
Yeah, kind of.
Not too bad.
And Kitty Boo Boo Fuck.
Oh yes, indeed.
I missed that one.
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Yeah.
She went to jail,
Not helping.
but
What?
she was waiting for Jay to come back for her.
Her nickname was Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. It's good to have pet names for people.
Sure.
You don't remember that? That's crazy.
Like Novocaine.
Yeah.
I don't think he saw that film.
Jay was the clique commander.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with her though. Novocaine is a badass nickname.
That's not a bad one.
No, it'd be way
Could
worse.
be worse.
Yeah.
Hey, movie title.
Worked out. It's not the Novocaine that I saw in the 90s that was the dentist.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't like Dennis either.
I pulled up the poster and no one in my family liked that poster.
No.
Eesh.
Too close to home.
Hey, can we make a rule of no 90s movies?
Nope.
That's not even close to being a possibility.
I
There,
tried.
there was a lot of
Maybe
movies
no
in the 90s. How
1890s
can you
movies.
categorically remove a decade?
You've liked some of the 90s movies we've watched.
The Rock? You didn't like The Rock?
Yeah.
Titanic?
Yeah. Titanic.
I'm not.
Face Off, Con Air.
Give me the Titanic. I'll watch that.
Titanic. Terror Firmer.
Yeah. Hello.
Rest my case.
Giving up. Yeah, and then we have the scene in the
That's it.
jail.
And the black cop was awesome.
Oh, the guard.
The real fun guy.
He's awesome.
The really
Hey,
strict
don't
guard?
act- This ain't no conjugal visit.
And I know that ain't no open flame in here. He blows it out. That's what he was like.
Was this guy new?
He's so strict.
He's
Well,
got
it
his,
is
news-
jail.
He's got his newspaper out. Like,
I love how
Son
she's
of a bitch.
explaining it to Nathan. Well, it is jail.
button that shirt up.
What are you showing over there? Yeah, and then it's just okay.
Scene.
He
We're gonna
lit
do
up-
this pie again, and not do the damn blood dripping.
James was right. Like he was chewing like a whack job.
That first chew, I was waiting for a.
There was too much motion in that final chew. He should have been taking something off.
Yeah, it could have been cherry
Just the
juice.
tip.
You know, in your imagination, you can end that movie any way you want. There it is.
Yes. Hold on.
No, stop it.
I also wrote down Capulets and Montagues. Oh, the brother sister.
Yeah.
That was my first thought when he went in, and it's like you don't know. She's with me.
So funny.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again. Some of
It was
those
fun.
kills were definitely worth watching. I really want to watch it with people who haven't seen it, so I can watch them watch it. And I enjoyed watching you guys watch it,
It's
and
an
you've
easy
seen it
watch.
before.
Yeah.
I feel like Sally does need to watch it.
I'll put it on when she goes to sleep and just turn it up really loud.
Can she get the version that we watched?
Which is the mundo.
Story for a different time.
Yeah. Anything else? Miss anything?
No.
We went through
Go
the
watch
entire
it.
film.
Go watch it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Just for the spike ball alone. That was fun.
Yeah. The tough things about this type of film of, hey, you kind of know what's going to happen to this guy. You start developing in your mind what's going to happen. They show you a lot of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they have to build the character of Novocaine.
Right.
That's the only thing I hate. Right. Like going into it, like you've already seen some of the moments.
Yeah. And we've had movies that are close to this or similar, so they have to go find, okay, what have we not seen?
Yep.
Or what combinations? Like the arrow, never seen that before. Well done. Spike ball, sure, but I haven't seen it like that.
Right. Silent.
That was fun.
Kevin didn't have a spike ball. It's not his fault.
No.
Yeah.
He had
Paint cans.
Yeah, exactly. Paint
Yeah.
cans.
He was young. He was still learning. Ben had a long time in the military to perfect his spike ball technique.
No, it is fun. Just
Check it out.
it's a love story. So
We good?
good.
Yep.
Bedtime?
Take me home, James.
What was that? Charlie, finish it. Take me home, James. What?
Odd timing of a slurp.
It was. It was perfect timing of a slurp.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know.
I know where it's going.
Drool.
Chocolate.
I don't know where it came. I don't know where it's going.
Are we recording?